Guys, welcome back. So in this video I will talk about another program where you need to convert decimal to binary number, right? So usually when somebody will ask you to write a Java code to convert decimal to binary, uh, you'll get in tension and you will think how to do that. I don't know how to do that, right? So assume that you don't know this program. Trust me, you just assume that you don't know. Just you know the Java concept, just you know the for loop, just you know the while loop. Apart from that, you don't know anything, but still you want to clear the interview, right? So how do you convert any decimal to binary number? So now try to remember your concept first. So guys, tell me one thing. If I have to convert a number, decimal number into the binary number 2, in general, what we write here, 2 will become 1 and 0, right? So why I'm saying that, because if you try to remember by formula, you multiply 0 into 2 to the power 0, and then you multiply 1 into 2 to the power 1, which, and if you sum it, so 0 and 2, which will come is equal to 2, which is nothing but your decimal number, right? And 0, this 1 0 is equal to your binary number. So let's say that how you should do that. Okay, so if you'll ask me, what I will do first, I will ask the interviewer itself, okay, how to calculate binary number. I'll ask him. I don't mind asking him how to calculate. Then he will tell me any number. If you will do a modulus by 2, okay, whatever remainder comes, that is your binary number. Now I got a clue. So assume that what he said any number. If you'll do a modulus by 2, whatever remainder comes, that is nothing but your binary number. So I got some clue. I'll do 2 divided by 2. I'll do one time, so this is 2, and I will get 0. So this is my modulus, guys. Okay, this is my modulus. So I got 0, right? I got 0. Now how many times I have actually divided? One time, right? So again this one number also, now I will divide 1 by 2. When I will do that, how many times I should divide? I cannot divide more than 0 time. I'll write here 0. So how much it will come? It will come 1. So it came 1. It came like this, right? 0 1. But actually, when you are converting to let's say binary number, okay, you need to reverse that. Okay, so somehow you need to write a logic while printing it. You need to reverse that all reversion and everything, we'll see that later. So let's say I got 1 0. So I got the number, I have converted this. Now assume that you take another example. This you will think, okay, this was very small number, right? So let's say that I have a clue. He said, let's say I need to find the binary number for 4, okay, and he has given me clue. When you divided by 2 times, it will come 4, it will come 0, right? If I will do multiply 2 into 2 times, I will get how much? 4, and when I will do a minus here, I will get a 0. So this is my first binary number. Then how many times I have divided? I have divided 2 times. Now I'll pick this 2 and I will divide this by 2. How many times this will go? One time. This will go to 2. 2 into 1 is equal to 2. If I'll do a minus, I'll get a 0. So again I got a 0. Okay. Now how many times I have divided? One time. So now 2, I'll do a modulus of this number. So I cannot do more than 0 time. It will come 0 here. How much it is? It is actually 1, right? It is actually 1. So now this guy came 1. So I should write, I should write in these directions. Okay, that's how I should write. So I got 1 now, and now this number became 0. So how many times I have divided by 0? Now I cannot go and I cannot modulus of 0. So this is my terminations conditions. You got it? So try to get the output, guys. This is going to be 0 into 2 to the power 0. This is going to be 0 into 2 to the power 1, and this is going to be 1 into 2 to the power 2. So how much it will come? 0. This will 0, and this will 4. So what is the output? 4, right? You got it? After calculating, you got it. Now take one more number and then we'll start with the actual concept. So let's say there is a number called 6. So again, what you do first, the same 6 number, first you divide by 2 3 times, right? Minus 6 0, right? So you write here 0. Now how many times you have divided? 3 times. Now divide 2 to 3. 1 time 2, how much? 1, right? You write here 1. How many times you have divided? 1 time. So 2 1. Now divide this number. It will go, actually if you look at here guys, it cannot do more than 0 time. It will come 0. This is the 1. So you write here 1. Now you have already 0. You cannot go and divide 0 now, right? Now calculate this. What answer it will come? It will come 0 into 2 to the power 0, 1 into 2 to the power 1, and then 2 into 2 to the power 2. So this is 0, this is 2, this is 4. How much? 6. You got the output, right? So this is the way to calculate binary number. Now guys, same thing if you have to write in the program. If you look at what I'm trying to do that here guys, okay, what is my terminations conditions? First try to understand. When I am terminating this division, I am terminating the division if and only if when my number becomes, right, when my division becomes 0, I am terminating it, right? When my number becomes 0, the division number becomes 0, I am terminating it. So actually if you look at, I started by this number, okay, I did division. So actually I am doing that division. So while doing the division, the moments I do division by 0, I am terminating it. So this is my terminations conditions, right? This is my terminations conditions. So I need to do, okay, I need to do till this number is more than 0, right? So you can look at that. If you look at my program now, see, this is my first conditions when number is equal to greater than 0, right? If this is the case, forget about this binary and all that guys for now. Do not focus on that. Now I am doing that, number modulus by 2. So when I do number modulus by 2, which will actually will give me the remainder. So this is the remainder, right? This is the remainder, right? This is the remainder. You got it? These 3 are remainder. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3. These 3 are remainder, right? Then actually what I am trying to do that is, first I am dividing the number, which is nothing but number, which is nothing but n, right? I need to find binary for 6, which is nothing but n. When I am dividing it, whenever I am dividing it, the same number I am again doing that division, I mean modulus by 2. Actually I am doing that modulus by 2. So basically every time my number is also getting divided by 2, right? Every time my particular number, this number is getting divided by 2. When I divided by 2, it became 3. When I divided 3 by 2, it became 1. When I divided 1 by 2, it became how much? It became 0, right? So basically I am dividing the number, this 3, 1 and 0, I am dividing it. Look at that, I am dividing the number, right? The same number I am dividing it. You got it? Now guys, when actually when I said this is my 0, this is my first binary, this is my second binary, right? So yeah, this is my first binary, this is my second binary, and then this is my third binary, right? So I need to have the placeholder, right? Somewhere I need to store it guys, right? So since why I cannot use a variable, because these are the multiple data I need to store. So to store the multiple data, that array is the best choice. Either array or array list is the best choice. So that is the reason I have created one array of size is equal to 20. Just random I have taken size is equal to 20, so that it will fulfill my big number also. If somebody will run my program for the big number, it will fulfill. So I just created one integer array of size is equal to 20, right? That's how we create integer array. Now that is the reason if you look at that array index start from 0. So whatever here modulus comes, so first time it came how much? It came 0 here first time guys. Assume that first time came 0. So I'll go and I'll store inside the array. So on 0 index I will store 0. Then I will do plus plus, because I'll increase. On my first index I will store how much? 1, right? And my second index I will store 1. So in my array, how my array will look like. So let's say binary is my array. My array will look like this: 0, 1, 1. this is my array when I will store the data. So that's how it will look like. Now once we have stored the data, if you remember guys, actually that's how we store the data in these directions. But actually if you look at guys, it was 0 here, it was 1 here, and then it was 1 here, right? But what is the, how we are getting 6 here? We are getting that the 6 when we are doing that 1 1 0, which means I want output in the reverse order, right? I want output in the reverse order. So actually I'm writing one more for loop and I'm running in the reverse order. My starting index is going to be the index minus 1 guys. So what is index minus 1? So the index minus 1 is nothing but the data which you have already stored. So when you are storing the data, you have doing that index plus plus. So since this is post processor, so since this is post processors, what happens, though in the memory you have stored only 3 data, this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, but actually your index became 4, because after storing this data your index became 4, and when you did number by 2 you got how much? You got actually a 0. So when you got 0 guys, your program got terminated, but in memory your this index became 4, right? That is the reason when I'm running the for loop, I'm doing that index minus 1, because I need to start from here. So how much I will get? I will get actually 0, so I mean index minus 1, so actually which is nothing but it will start from 3. So you know that 3 means my array index start from 0, so it will start 0 1 2 and it will get printed in the reverse order. So I'm doing that I is equal to index minus 1, I greater than is equal to 0, right? Till greater than is equal to 0, then do I minus minus, so that whatever I have stored in my array, when I will print, my output will be 1 comma 1 comma 0. Why? Because by doing this only I will get the output. So you understood that how simple this program it is. Let us see this program through Eclipse also, right? So as I was mentioning that guys, let me put a debug point here and let's do that debug as Java applications. I blindly just went there and I put a debug point. I'll tell you why I put the debug point. What is the index here guys? Index is equal to 2. Yeah, okay. So why index is equal to 2 guys? Because I took number is equal to 2. So let's take number is equal to 6. Let me take the number which I have explained you. So let me take number is equal to 6 and let's debug that Java applications. So yeah, it is waiting here now. Let me check the index. What is the index? It is 3, as I said, right? So it is 3 means index started from 0. Okay, but actually if you look at this while loop will get processed how many times? It will get processed for the 0, it will get processed for the 1, it will get processed for the 2, right? Only 2, right? And that is the reason if you go and if you look at the binary number, so okay, because I have created the integer with size is equal to 20, so what happens is that integer has default data is equal to 0, so your array will that is the problem with array. So your array will always get created, the size the memory will get occupied in case of array, and with the default data 0 0 0 0, these are the default data for the integer, but actually your actual data is only till here, right? 0 1 and 2, right? So only how many index you have? You have only 2 index, 0 1 and 2, but actually look at that, what is the index you have? 3, right? 3 you have. So when it is 3, you have to do that index minus 1, because you need maximum 2 data which your binary array has, which is nothing but this is 0, this is index number 1 and this is index number 2. So when you will print from reverse, it will go and it will print, see 1 got printed here, then again one more will get printed, because I am not doing that println, I am doing that print, so it will print in the same line, and then 0 will get printed. See, 0 got printed. Now program will terminate, right? You got it, how easy this program it is guys. Okay, once you will understand the concept guys, writing a program is nothing. If you just know the basic concept of Java, you'll be able to write it. So with this I will close the video. Thank you guys, thank you for watching this.